Coming up, President Biden announces a plan to refill the emergency oil reserve. Rapper Kid Creole is sentenced for a 2017 stabbing, and the 148th Kentucky Derby is this weekend. All this and more right now on PS News. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and thank you for joining us for the final PS Newscast of the semester. I'm Josh McLean.
And I'm Charlene Garcia. Let's take a look at news around the nation.
The White House has a plan to replenish the country's emergency oil reserve. It's to buy more. Thursday, the Energy Department is expected to announce a buyback plan where the government would seek bids to buy 60 million barrels of crude oil. It would be the first time since the early 2000s that the Energy Department has acquired large quantities of oil for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The stockpile has been drained by the war in Ukraine and sales mandated by Congress to raise revenue. It's not a quick fix, though. The process will take years, and 60 million barrels will only refill about 1/3 of what was released. But it's not just about refilling. The Biden administration hopes the buyback plan will encourage domestic oil
meteorologists, and it seems that blue skies are getting more and more common. Let's take a look at weather near you. Now, we're seeing the first ever 70 that we have seen in probably months on Tuesday. But for Friday and everything before it, let's look at it now. For Friday, 61 with sunny but a little bit of clouds. It seems that's going to be a staple for this week. We're seeing 59 for Saturday, going down, oh no. Sunday with clouds as well. Sunday, we're finally getting the clouds gone and the sun shining. 65 with a temperature of 69 on Monday and the same sunshine. And finally for Tuesday, 71 with sun shining brightly down on us. And that's all for weather. When we come back, a look at the news near you.
What am I looking at here? It's a spaceship. From where? From space? All right, people, let's hit these guys with some PSTV. Did not work.
Probably because it's a TV station and not a laser.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some news closer to home. The rapper known as Kid Creole has been sentenced to 16 years in prison for stabbing a man to death. Authorities say the artist, whose birth name is Nathaniel Glover, got into an altercation with John Jolly in Manhattan in 2017. Police say the argument escalated, with Glover pulling out a steak knife and plunging it into Jolly's torso twice. Jolly later died from the injuries suffered in the incident. Last month, the New York Supreme Court found Glover guilty, convicting him with a single felony count of manslaughter in the first degree. The rapper is best known for his work as a member of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. His sentence also includes 5 years of supervision following his release.
Authorities in New York say 2 men attempted to set a baby on fire Tuesday morning. The County Sheriff's Office responded to several fires inside a gas station. When they went inside, they found a 1-year-old covered in flammable liquid. Authorities also found a 4-year-old with head injuries inside the cab of a tractor trailer. Both children are expected to make full recoveries. 2 men were immediately detained at the scene. Jamie Avery Jr. is now facing several charges, including attempted murder, arson, and endangering the welfare of a child. Charges against the other man are expected in the near future. Meanwhile, the incident is still under investigation.
A former New York City police officer is facing jail time for attacking a Washington, D.C. officer during the U.S. Capitol riots. Monday, a jury convicted Thomas Webster on all 6 charges of assaulting Officer Noah Rathman on January 6th. Webster swung a metal flagpole at police during the riots, then tackled Rathman to the ground and choked him by his chin strap. He claimed self-defense, but jurors did not buy it. Webster now faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. He is the first rioter jurors have convicted in a police assault case from the insurrection. Coming up, a look at some sports highlights. Stay with us.
Botany Club is a group of students who enjoy learning about and experiencing the natural world, especially plants, through various activities, trips, and service projects. If you're interested in joining Botany Club, please join us at Hudson Hall on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And for more information, reach out to us on Instagram at Botanical Society SUNY Platts. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back. I'm Marcel. Let's take a look at some sports near you. The NFL is sending players overseas for several regular season games this year. Wednesday, the league announced the first time these games will take place in Germany. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will face the Seattle Seahawks at Allianz Arena in Munich. This will be one of 5 international games for the 2022 season. 3 will be staged in the UK. The 5th game will take place in Mexico. The NFL also plans to play more games in Germany over the next 4 years. The Buccaneers with the Seahawks will hit the field in Munich in November 13th. It's nearly time for the Run for the Roses. The Kentucky Derby is this Saturday. It's the 148th Kentucky Derby, a sports tradition that began in 1875. The race at Churchill Downs in Louisville is the first contest in horse racing coveted Triple Crown, which includes the Preakness Stakes and the Belmont Stakes. Fun fact, a writer coined the phrase Run for the Roses in 1925 because of the garland of 554 red roses draped over the winner. The race is also known as the greatest 2 minutes in sports because of its approximate run time. That's all I got for sports. Moving back to the desk.
Before we sign off for the semester, we of course want to extend a special thanks to the folks working behind the scenes who made all of this possible, including the crew, all our managers, our news director Aaron Smith, our sports director Bailey Del Ebra, who's graduating this semester, our executive producer Camden Spicer, who is also graduating this semester, my colleague Charlie, who's also graduating, and of course wonderful Professor John Chambers. We could not be more appreciative for everything that you guys do.
But always, to stay up to date with PS News and all Plattsburgh State TV, be sure to follow at Plattsburgh State TV on all social media platforms. As always, thank you for joining us and have a good night, Plattsburgh.